Hey guys, I just did my draft for the UNL league and I'm gonna look at what I drafted, explain why, and all that fun stuff. My first pick here was Protein Greninja. It cannot be Battle Bond, it could be Torrent if it wanted to be, but mostly it's just Protein. I thought it would be a good first pick because it has tremendous versatility and it can be a nightmare to prepare for because so you have to really prepare for anything it can learn, not just the cores. It can have acrobatics for grass types, U-turn, extra sensory, gunk shot, grass knot, all that fun stuff. Low kick, all that stuff. And it can also add value to the team with taunt and toxic spikes as a potential lead. I thought I couldn't pass it up when I had an opportunity to try out Protein in league format. It's just such a nightmare to prepare for if you even try to prepare for it. And that was the first pick. We spent 20 points on that of our 120 point budget, so quite a bit. I will say about this draft, do as I say, not as I do, because I didn't necessarily do it in the most wise fashion. I spent a lot of my points on a few Pokemon. So we don't have that much depth. We kind of have a strong core that we're going to have to bring to a large chunk of the games, but I think the core is so strong that that's not going to be too big of an issue for us. My next pick was Megalodios, and I've had this Pokemon before, and I've had a lot of success using it before. It hits extremely hard. With Modest, you can get this thing up to 460 special attack, dropping Draco Meteors. And of course, you don't see it nearly as often, but you can make the thing a Dragon Dance set. It can attack physically. It has pretty good at physical attack, 130 base. It doesn't have the best physical coverage, but it's not bad. Earthquake's pretty crucial. You can throw on Dragon Claw or Outrage here. Maybe look at Zen Headbutt, Shadow Claw, something like that. Maybe even Waterfall. And it has a lot of potential there too. And of course it has Defog, which can be pretty important, and it does have enough bulk to where it can take hits if I need it to. But probably it's going to be just dealing them out. Next I decided to go for Scizor. I thought Scizor would be a good pick because not only is it a steel type to go well with Latios and it can Pursuit Trap and has priority, it also is able to throw off a big U-turn, which will help me get these two back in. And that's important to keeping pressure up on my opponent. It's another hazard removal, of course. It can be bulky roost set, offensive. Its defensive potential is actually important on this team because I didn't build too much of a defensive core, and the core I did talk about we're going to see here. Oh, I should mention, I spent 19 points on Megalodios and 13 points on Scizor, so we did have to get cheaper with the next two picks. And here we got a Mungus, who we spent 10 points on and had to designate it as our second Z captain. Now, this is not the most ideal Z captain in the world. It's probably not going to be cleaning through teams, but it can do some stuff. You can see it throw off a big, powerful dark attack. It has 85 base attack, which isn't much, but isn't nothing. You can see it throw off a nice, powerful acid downpour. You could even throw a stomping tantrum on it and have a tectonic rage. It's not going to be a regular, of course, throwing off Z moves, but it can get you off guard if you're not ready for it. It can hit a few of the things that like to switch in on it. hard if it does that. And that was 10 points, which I thought was a pretty decent price for what Amoonguss is. Next we went for Umbreon, and there's a reason we got these two together, Amoonguss and Umbreon, and that's because a lot of the things that you see that break Amoonguss, fire type moves, ice type moves, Umbreon's not going to take those too hard, and especially psychic type moves. Umbreon immune to those. It can come in, it can try to bring pressure back with Baton Pass, which is allowed, but not with stats. So basically it can just be used as a tool of momentum. And Umbreon, if it wanted to, could even try to Pursuit, coming in for Amoonguss. With Umbreon's weaknesses, you see Fairy and Fighting Amoonguss is going to come in on those, and there aren't a lot of bug type Pokemon that Amoonguss is scared of, so they kind of balance out each other well, and they had to because I didn't build that much of a defensive core, so I needed a lot of you need to have a strong synergy with what I did have. And next we're going to look at my other 6 picks, which I have in a different team file. I'm going to go here and see that I took the Zeraora, the unreleased electric type, who has a lot of speed. Maxes out at 423, which is basically faster than everything you're going to see except for Beedrill. Mega Beedrill, that is. And it is Volt Absorb, which gives us a nice electric immunity. And we're going to look at its moves closer than we did with the other Mons, because majority of people, including myself, have never used it or seen it used. I just thought my biggest reason for trying out Zeraora is I thought it would be really cool to use it for the first time in League format. And it can throw off acrobatics. It's got close combat, which is a pretty big deal. It has both bulk up and calm mind. It has fake out, which is interesting given how much speed it has. It's got fire punch. If you wanted to, you could throw off a focus punch. Grass knot for a lot of the ground types that wants to come in on it. Home claws, knock off, outrage, and the biggest deal is Plasma Fist. Plasma Fist has 100 power physical, and it makes the Pokemon it hits, if they go for a normal type move, it's going to be electric, and we're going to Volt Absorb that. So basically, if it throws off a Plasma Fist, it develops an immunity to normal type, which is pretty interesting. And most of all, it's powerful. Not too many Pokemon appreciate taking an 100 power electric move from Pokemon that fast. It has Endeavor, which could be interesting. Quick Attack, Taunt. It doesn't get U-turn, which is unfortunate because I would think that would be very useful on this, but it does get Volt Switch, which is not as good. It gets Bounce, which is relevant if it's a Z user, but on my team it isn't. It's Iron Tail to pop some fairy types. Throat Chop has some interesting potential against things like Mega Gardevoir. And yeah, that's about it for its moves. It's going to be interesting to see how good Zeraora is. To me, its role is a cleaner and a revenge killer. Kind of like an electric type Lopunny almost. It's got a pretty healthy attack stat. It's not the greatest, but for speed, it's pretty damn good. And next we're going to look at Ditto. Umbreon's really passive of a wall, so it can tend to be setup fodder if the opponent wants to use it that way, which is why it was important for me to get Ditto, and I was especially enticed by its price of 5 points, which isn't much. And yeah, basically, you all know what Ditto does. something tries to sweep, we're gonna copy it, and we're gonna see if we can bring it back. Next, we got a little bit reckless with our points. No regrets, but we spent a lot of points on the combination of Greninja, Latios, Blaziken, and Zeraora. We spent 20 points on Blaziken, and that's our first Z user. So we're going to have it and Amoonguss as our Z users. Now, I should clarify why I made Amoonguss a Z user. Basically, in this league, you have 30 points worth of Pokemon you can make a Z user. And after I decided to spend 20 on Blaziken, then the rest, I only had 10 left, so I just put it all on Amoonguss because I didn't have another real offensive mon who was going to make use of those points. And we see Blaziken comes in with Speed Boost, and it has a lot of potential as a Z user. Yeah, I can hit hard with Never Ending Nightmare, Black Hole Eclipse. No, it's got Knockout, Poison Jab, which is relevant. And in Solar Beam, you can even throw off a Bloom Doom with it. It's just about as good of a cleaner as there is, even though we already have Zeraora performs that function. It's always good to have variety, and at that late in the draft, when I figured out that I could sort of make my points work enough that I could get it, it was just hard to pass up. It's such a powerful sweeper. Very relevant that I learned Sword Stance, especially with little Vulpix here, who we got next and spent 1 point on. And of course, you know why we have Vulpix, a little move called Aurora Veil. 1 point for the potential to get up in Aurora Veil. I thought it was a good bargain. It's not going to be a staple of the team, but certainly it's going to find a function somewhere along the line. And of course, it's going to impact the way you have to prep for the team. We should look at the stats because most of you have probably never used this little shit before. Above LC, basically it's crap in every stat. That's about the best way I can summarize it. All it is a move Aurora Veil. Next, we went and took Rhydon. Rhydon was just pretty good value there, and it fell within our budget. It's valuable because when we have Scizor, it's nice to make the opponents have to think about running Hidden Power Water, Hidden Power Grass, and also it's vice versa. They have to bring Hidden Power Fire for Scizor, and then they don't have the Hidden Power for Rhydon. Rhydon has an interesting usage. It can just be a nice bulky set to get up rocks. It can also be dual dance because it gets Rock Polish and Sword Stance. It has really pretty nice coverage. Dragon Tail's relevant if I want to get something the hell out. It was just, in my opinion, good value there. Nice to get a good rock setter for 5 points. And that left us with 2 points, which led us to taking the coffee table. Coffee table for 2 points, I really like that value because it's basically just got a niche role. It's really good at what it does, which is taking physical hits and rapid spinning hazards away. And you're going to see that insane bulk it has, getting up to 513 defense. It can take about anything from the physical side, and it can recover it off. It's got Ice Body if I've got Hail from Vulpix, otherwise it's going to be sturdy. It's got an interesting set of coverage moves. Avalanche is pretty useful with how little speed it has. Earthquake, Crunch, Iron Head, Superpower. Interesting that the thing learns Surf. Get some mirror coat, which is pretty interesting. I can catch someone off guard with that if they're not thinking about it. It's just a good niche for 2 points. And that is our team. We've got, for my taste, it's definitely a more offensively oriented team. Traditionally, I like to have a little bit more of a defensive core, but with this draft, it had quite a few unbans, and there was a few things I wanted to try out. So I think with this team, I'm going to be able to have quite a bit of fun in the videos and try to make some interesting things. Maybe it'll be interesting to see if Zero Aura can do anything. We can learn a little bit about just how good it is in draft format. So that's all for the video. Thank you for watching. Good night.